Hey guys, welcome back to Hearthstone. This is Wiley, and we're going to take a look at my deck for the upcoming weekly challenge. So, this week's challenge was guys who can't keep their shirts on. So, I've built a warrior deck, which I've named Top Gun. Now, this deck was kind of hard to build, so I've bent a few rules and broken quite a few more. So, we'll just start at the top. We've got two whirlwinds in there. Now, yes, that's not a guy, but I'm pretty sure that's not a shirt either. So, I think, you know, I'm not gonna get away with that at all. But I don't care. We're gonna play it anyway. It's a useful card. I've got a couple of berserkers in there, so it'll be able to ping those. Elven Archer, exactly the same argument. That is definitely not a shirt. Yes, it's not a guy, although it could be a guy. You know, this is a modern world. I've just got one of those in. Wanted a nice early game minion. It's got that ping for any of the berserkers or anything like that. Could also be useful for just getting rid of a 1 health minion. A couple of fiery war axes in there. It's a great early game card, and of course, because I'm playing as a warrior, I will be Garrosh, who's not wearing a shirt. So that makes sense to me. Cleave. Pretty sure that ain't a shirt, that's more of a collar, if anything. It's a useful card. So, I got two of those in there. Rampage, no argument with that one, I don't think. I only actually have one Rampage card, I believe, so that's why there's only one in there. It's a useful one, could be a good finisher, give a minion 3/3. Couple of Swamp Oozes. Yeah, so Endy is going to be playing as Druid, I believe. I think it was Druid. Yeah, so probably not going to be facing any weapons, but it's a reasonable early game minion. May rethink that one actually. I'm going to have a flip through the card pack in a sec, because I'm unlikely to be facing weapons, so I might be able to find some better value around too. Bluegill Warrior, quite useful, quick minion there. Not anything fancy really. The Flesh-Eating Ghoul could be useful, especially if I'm combining with, say, a Bluegill who's got charge. Might be able to run face first into something, clear it out, and then buff up the Ghoul. Frothing Berserker, kind of the same principle. The buffs are generally going to be coming from damage or from minions dying. Stoneskin Gargoyle I quite like. It's not very strong, but it can have a decent amount of staying power on that one, so I've got a couple of those in there. A couple of Death's Bites. I've gone for as many weapons as I had available, really. Just because they're quite useful, and it's one of the Warrior's advantages is all those weapons. Chillwind Yeti is a great card, not really much more to say about that. Ogre Magi is pretty good as well. It's kind of a Yeti again, one less health but with the spell damage, so kind of that'll buff up Whirlwind, Cleave. Don't think it makes any difference to Rampage. Arcanite Reaper, just another great weapon in there. Gurubashi Berserkers, some of my stronger minions, so I'm hoping maybe drop one of those with a Whirlwind. I'll be able to get 5/6 on the field straight away. Sludge Belcher, one of the better taunt minions, I think. It's reasonably high cost, but you're getting 2 minions out of that, really, and that's 2 taunt minions, so that's good. And a couple of War Golems just for a bit of punch at the end of the deck. So that's that. Let's just have a look at my 2-cost minions and see if there's anything else that we could get in there. See, now we're not going to get away with having the Taskmaster in there. And we're not going to get away with the Armorsmith, which is a shame because I like both of those cards. So I can't get the Corcoran in there either. So let's have a look what we got here. You see, now there's the Armani Berserker, but I'm pretty sure that's a shirt that he's wearing, so I'm not going to get away with that. I might have got away with like a Zombie Chow, something like that, but I'm not overly enamoured by that card. I wouldn't mind having the Undertaker in, although I don't really have any Death Rattles in this deck, so I guess it wouldn't be much use. Bloodfen Raptor is essentially the same as this card, but without the advantage. So, in the rare circumstance that there may in some way be a weapon played, you're just not going to get as good an advantage. Bloodsail Raider might be quite useful because of all my weapons, but again, you know, that's definitely a shirt we've got going on there. See, this was not my challenge. This was not my idea, so I completely blame Andy for the difficulties that I'm experiencing and that I expect he's experiencing in building this deck as well. Could bring in a Tide Hunter, but I don't think it's worth it really. It's essentially a 3-2 split between two minions, so you might see that as an advantage, but I think anything with 1 health is not great really. Nerubian Egg. There's potential in that. Or the Unstable Ghoul for a early game taunt, which I don't think it's a great card. The Crocolisk's in there as well. I do prefer a 2-3 to a 3-2. That is the case. That is true. I think that extra health is more useful than the extra attack. I want to keep something at the 2 cost. If we look at the curve, it's not bad there. That's a decent curve, so it's kind of what I want to stick to. Brewmaster, again, that's definitely a shirt that he's wearing. Ruby and Egg. I am seriously considering that. Have I got enough to... No, you see, I've not got anything to buff it with, really. And I'd have to hit it with, say, a Whirlwind and a Death's Bite, something along those lines, and that's just... Yeah. No, I'm going to stick with the deck that I've got. So, that is going to be my deck for the challenge, and we'll be playing that challenge very shortly. So, this video and that video should be going up more or less together. So, thanks for joining me, and wish me all the best in the challenge. If you'd like to join Team Wiley, you can follow me, WileyPixel, on Twitter and on YouTube. And I will see you at the challenge.